Where is your soul family and what is your name? Hello, hello, welcome back or welcome to the channel. This is a soul-led message, which means if it doesn't resonate deep within, or you're fighting with the story in any sort of way, or it just seems confusing to you, please leave it behind for the souls that it's meant to find. May love hold you, may truth guide you, and may you be released from what is not yours. Now, I always want to stress this. One, this is a new spread, so bear with me as I kind of get through this. But this is something that a recent subscriber wanted to, or a question that they had for their soul family. Or really just a question, actually, that they had for their soul. So I was like, oh, I love this question. I will say the whole soul family thing, I'm like, oh, I totally get that. The question of what is my name, I have to say that threw me a little bit. It's like, what does that mean? Like, you know your name, obviously. So it's like, is it the essence? Are you asking for like a reincarnated, or like, it was just interesting because I hadn't thought about that before. And so I'm just curious what comes out with the cards. I will say, for me, the questions people have give you an insight into their psyche, or it can, right? It can give you an insight. And so initially when that came off, it was really kind of this feeling of, are you talking about your identity, right? Because it's like, what's your name? But people, like, you are more than a name. What is the essence of Michelle? Like, what's interesting about that is that even the name Michelle, two different people feel or will have a different frequency depending on the experiences that they've had with a Michelle. So I really wanted to get to the nitty gritty. I have a specific deck for names. So I am going to use that deck at the end to just pull a name and see what comes up. And if not, I'm going to do that as well. But I said all of this to you to basically explain that in part, I think that question is about what is my true identity? What is my soul? What is the essence of my soul? Or essence of my being or my energy. I'm trying to say things in like a non-woo-woo-y way where there's nothing wrong with woo-woo, but for me, when people refer to that or when they speak in particular terms, it's very ungrounding. Like, it makes sense, it's beautiful, but it's kind of floating around and it's really hard to like ground in and solidify. So without any further ado, the first question I have is, what frequency or essence does your soul naturally carry? Energy. That's just funny. Of course you naturally carry energy. But with this particular deck, this is the solar plexus. And the solar plexus, for my personal perspective, is about I can. Wow, that's really cool, because not everybody has that. So I want you to understand the uniqueness of that soul imprint, or that energetic imprint of I can do whatever I want. And not in like I can do whatever I want, but more like I'm capable of doing what I want. It's more like there's a confidence within you. And if you notice, like, this person is basically running out off of this screen, and that's kind of off of this screen. That's funny to say it that way, but off of this card, and that's kind of you. It's like your natural energy is I can do this, and it's like you just go. I wonder if there's something that's interesting coming up with that. Well, let's get into more cards and we may go more in depth on that one. Okay, what part of your authentic nature have you suppressed to belong or fit in? Here's the other part of that. So when I was trying to think of like, where's my soul family? One of the issues that I find both with myself and with other people is that it's not, you can be like, feel lonely and have so many people around you, but you feel lonely because it's almost as though what people love you for or what they really like about you is something that you put on a show for so that people do like you. Not that you're not a kind person. I don't mean that like, it's not in a negative way. This feels more like a people pleasing, because that puts your, let me see, not having the tension of someone not liking you puts your nervous system at ease. And so it's almost like, regardless of what type of person or energy they carry, there's a patterning here of you not being truly yourself in some capacity, that now you feel it's almost, it's not sustainable because that's not really who you are, but you feel you have now identified so much with that people love you for it, but it feels very shallow because it's not really your essence. So when someone asks like where my soul family is, they're all around you, but you have to allow your soul to be seen so that people can feel that resonance with it, is what's coming out here. So the reason we're asking the question of why, what part of your authentic nature has been suppressed in order to belong or fit in, we're trying to see what part of you you're not, that you try to hide in order for people to like you. Which feels indirectly what's causing the disconnect of finding or being with your soul family. So what part of your authentic nature have you suppressed to belong or fit in? What part of your authentic nature have you suppressed to belong or fit in? What part of your authentic nature? Lead. That is very interesting. It's so funny. It's funny because, well, this makes sense though, doesn't it? Because your natural energy is like, I can do things, I'm capable, I want to move, I want to go. But you have this energy here of you've suppressed your ability to lead people, or your wanting to lead people for fear of what they may think of you. Like, no, it's okay, I don't need to lead. But they need to connect with you as a leader in some sort of capacity. I'm also noticing the dolphin over here. It feels like this is for somebody who has a very playful, very like almost humorous type of nature. And I think in part it's easy, at least for me, it's easy for me to follow a leader who has fun. I love to laugh. And I know things need to get done, but they don't have to get done in such a serious manner that you're not enjoying the whole journey. And so maybe it's that, like, maybe also you think you have to lead by being, like, overly serious, right? Because there's a balance. You don't want to, again, I feel like I don't really need to explain this to this collective. You understand that there has to be a balance between the seriousness and having a bit of fun. And for you, it looks like have a little bit fun and also know that there is something that you're meant to lead, and your soul family will recognize you and follow you. And again, it's not this thing where they're following you because you want them to. They're following you because you are leading them naturally. What environment naturally nourishes your soul? What environment naturally nourishes your soul. We have direction. Again, with this movement, I really feel like the collective that this is for, you're meant to help people. You're meant to help guide them in a direction. And then, yeah, and then we have third eye chakra, which is the vision. It's like, the environments that naturally nourish you is when you're able to go in the direction that you see. So I think the environments that are going to nourish you are people who can get behind the visions for you. Like, you're like, okay, I see this and I see this and I see this. And when you're in the environment with people who resonate, you're going to explain, you know, this idea or this concept that you have. And then I feel like you're going to have a bunch of people that are going to take that direction and run with it. What environments disconnect you from yourself? Dreams. That's interesting. What environments disconnect you from yourself? The only way that this makes sense to me in this moment is chasing other people's dreams. And going off of that initial question, like the initial kind of feedback that I got, it would make sense because it seems like you're wanting to help other people create their dreams. And in part, I feel like that is your part of your purpose. But indirectly, meaning the work that you do leads them to their dreams. But you being directly in their environment, trying to help them with their dreams. And what I mean, like in the, it's more, you physically helping, other than just like guidance, other than just sharing your experience or any wisdom or knowledge that you have regarding the specific situation or dream or whatever it is. That's it. That's all that, like, and then I just go blank, which is like, okay, I'll just leave that there. Okay. How does your soul tribe or soul family recognize or experience you energetically? Basically, what is the energetic essence that is felt from you by your soul family or soul tribe? I feel like they feel empowered by you. Ooh, sensuality. Yeah, that feels resonant because it's like, it's like you turn them on, or that's, I guess, a weird way to say it, like to their dreams though, or to their direction. It's like you wake something up in them. Like, again, coming from this, it's like you're chasing your dreams and you're leaving all this light behind for other people to follow. And they feel that from you. They feel, I feel like they feel harmony and peace when it relates to you. And it's interesting because with this card coming out, it's more of that the way they experience you is through their senses, how you make them feel, as opposed to like the ideas. It's not even so much what you say, it's how I don't know. I don't know if it's what they say makes you feel a certain way, or if it's like the frequency in which they say something, or pardon, it would be you. I don't know if it's the frequency of what you say that makes people have a strong sensation, or if it's that the specific words that you say make them feel. Either way, and it could be a combination of both, that you both have, like, for example, like the frequency that I talk to my dogs, right? Like when I come in and see them, like, "Aw, there are my babies." So it's an endearing type of frequency that if someone was like, "Hey babe," it would make you feel good. So it's not like, "Hey babe" isn't necessarily anything that on paper, if you read it, it's not going to make you feel anything. But the frequency in which you say it to somebody makes them experience love and warmth, like a sensation. And then there's that other caveat to it, which was I was talking about, where it may not be the frequency. Like some people don't have heavy emotion, but what they say carries the weight. Something along the lines of, the way that you do that is very miraculous, and I really admire the work and the diligence that you put into what you do. So it's like, I guess you could both see that in frequency, the way that I'm saying it and what I'm saying. But anyhow, I feel like I'm going on a lot of tangents, and this is longer than I anticipated it being. Guess we'll just see. Okay. So then, what behaviors or masks make it harder for your soul family or tribe to find you? What behaviors or masks make it harder for your soul family or tribe to find you? We have grounding. What I got initially was when you're staying in the same place. So I think, and again, it does, like, your energy seems to like to move. So I feel like when you're stuck, now ground, again, it's that balance, right? But with this card coming out, it's almost as if when you're too stagnant or too unable to move, your soul family just has a harder time finding you. So when you're moving and I feel like just doing you, your soul tribe tends to find you. And this makes sense. So I went to I saw a particular band play like 3 times. Now the genre of this particular music, I wasn't very, especially at that point in my life, I was not very fond of at all. And I actually just went with a friend the first time as a birthday present. However, the happiness, because we were like front row, and the way that this band put on the show and how much fun and like smiling and genuine like happiness they displayed as they were singing genuinely like got me to like going back, and I ended up going to see them 2 more times after that. But it was because I was sucked into that energy. The reason I'm bringing this up for you is because it's similar, where when you start focusing on the things that make you happy, and sometimes you have to experiment. Sometimes it's like, do I like doing this? No. Do I like doing this? You might surprise yourself. But when you do something that is so much fun, that's how other people flock to you. And sometimes they have to realize like, okay, I see this person is having a ton of fun doing that, but that's not for me. I thought I would have as much fun, but it's not the same for me as it is for this other person. But this is how we get influenced by people, because of the way they experience the same thing. And we think that because they're experiencing it and they feel that way, that we would similarly have that same type of experience. And that can be true and it can be untrue depending on what your, a lot of things actually, but that's not important to this message. The important part, or I suppose the point of it all, is that when you're having fun, people want to join the party, right? It's like, ooh, what are they doing over there? And so for you, it's like you have to move so that your soul tribe, soul family can see that, that you're doing what you love, and it literally like attracts them to you. Okay, let's see. What are you unconsciously seeking from your soul family or tribe? What are you unconsciously seeking from your soul family or tribe? I don't know. I test. Okay. 2121 was on the clock when I said that. What are you unconsciously seeking from your soul tribe? I mean, the first thing that came out is challenges. The reason I didn't say it right away is because I don't understand that. Because I haven't had it. Have I had experience with that? That I would seek a soul family unconsciously to have challenges? Oh. Okay. This is so interesting. Okay, I hope this makes sense. The only thing that's coming through, the thing, was that your soul is actually seeking to learn more as it relates to relationships, romantic and otherwise, but relationships in general. And the only way that you can have close soul family, soul tribe type relationships is learning who. I'm so sorry this is coming out so slow. I don't know how to explain this. Like, it makes sense in my head, but I don't know how to explain it. Okay, I guess I'm so sorry. Okay. The whole testing thing feels though it is a way for you to actually be connected to more people. It feels like the whole test is to see like how many obstacles and challenges can I get in with people and have them still love me or still connect with me. And when you find out just how much wrongdoing you can do. Okay, you're not trying to do that. You don't know until you know. And so these relationship obstacles are coming in to be like, oh, okay, so I don't like this. And if this comes up in other relationships, I have to be able to get through this and talk it out and resolve it. And you may decide that you're not going to be with this friend, or you may decide this isn't part of my soul tribe, but that in and of itself is important, because it's like, okay, now I know this isn't for me. But I can see where that can be very like, feel as though you're never going to find your soul tribe. But again, it is just as important for you to see who doesn't belong as it is, so that it helps you navigate and change direction to find who does. Oh, I can't believe that took me just so long. I'm so sorry. All right. Let's see what else we got here. I know this is going to go on and on and on. So here we go. All right. What does healthy soul connections feel like in your body? What do healthy soul connections feel like in your body? Of course it would. It feels good. It feels positive. It feels light. Now, again, coming back to this, it's not always going to be like that, okay? It's just that you're going to have bumps in the road. It's like this is just a test area, and then you're going to get through it. And you'll get back into this type of energy if it is your soul tribe. But it's not to say that you're not going to have obstacles. It's just that you're going to understand how those obstacles in relationships actually build a closer relationship, because you're accepting each other with all your flaws. And to be fully loved and be fully seen, mistakes and flaws and all, is that's unconditional love. So that is pretty cool. All right. Then we have, where in your current life is soul resonance already emerging? In other words, like I don't know what I mean by the question. Hold on. Where in your current life is soul resonance already? So that's like, how is your soul tribe already seeing you? Where in your life is your soul tribe already resonating with you? Ooh, logic. They like the way you think. And it's funny because where I'm placing this is right under that energy card and the lead card. So again, I feel like your logic. So they may come to you, and this is the thing, when people are emotional, it's hard to see clearly. And so when people come to you, they feel it's like they can feel comforted in the logic that you see. It's funny because it could go the other way too. Like some people don't, it's hard to take accountability at times. But this is, they resonate strongly with the logic that you have. I think that's key for you. I don't know why, but that felt really profound when it came out. Like this, whomever this is for, needed that confirmation. What actions help align you with authentic connections? What actions help align you with authentic connections? Rebirth. Not staying in the same place, not doing the same thing. It's not that it's not doing the same thing over and over again, but it's like reinventing it, like it's funny, a spork, right? Like for multifunctionality, it's like I'm gonna, in other words, like invent a new utensil that combines the functionality of a fork and a spoon. And so that's what I feel like when you reinvent or what is the word I'm looking for? I feel like you already get it though. It's just one of those things where it seems like something is dead and you bring it back to life in a different way. And like, for example, you would be the middle ground or the direct connection from the caterpillar to the butterfly. The caterpillar ended and you're like, okay, but you know what? Let's move on forward doing this and being a butterfly. So when you do that, you really create authentic connections. And I was noticing that too, the conquer at the bottom there and the mountains. It's like, just feel like you really help people conquer something. Maybe even stuckness. It feels like that. What wisdom is being gained during this season of searching? What is being gained from this season of searching, or during? What wisdom is being gained during this season of searching? Dude, I love these cards. This deck is cool as heck. All right. So, I mean, I don't think I need to say that, is what's going to emerge is your truest essence. That's what you're finding. And, even just the question, whomever is brought into this, and especially if you've stayed till now, this is obviously a time for you to awaken who you are. If you're drawn into the question of where's my soul family and what is my name, you're looking for something more profound and deeper in your life. And awareness is what comes with that. And that's what authenticity means. Like, you're aware of what you want. You're aware of when you're acting in patterning and not necessarily because it's a desire. You're acting from a place of not like you're trying to hurt people, but you're okay with people not liking you. Because I feel like you're at this place where you would rather be disliked for who you are than feel empty and lonely being liked for who you are not. That card came out too. We have observe. Yeah, it's like wisdom. Owls always remind me of that knowledge. Not to mention that they come out at night. So it's like learning something in the darkness, really figuring out who you are. And then you have that water like underneath here. This is like the subconscious, really seeing what's going on. It also feels like there could be emotional intelligence that you, like a lot of emotional intelligence that you gain through this period as well. That would make sense too, right? With the whole test thing. If you can resonate and get the nervous system neutralized to the fact that there are going to be obstacles and bumps in the road with relationships, but these bumps in the road and these challenges are going to lead to closer and tighter relationships than you have experienced previously. All right, and then what wisdom is, nope, we already said that. What does your highest self want you to understand about belonging? What does your highest self want you to understand about belonging? What does your highest self trust that you do belong? You already belong. You were made here. You were created here. You belong here. Trust that. That's really cute and pretty simple. I'm also noticing that this card is coming underneath that what do people experience from you? We have the sensuality. You make them feel something. And we also have it under the grounding, which is where when you get stuck. So it's, trust yourself to move and not be stagnant. Trust when you're wanting to do something. And also trust that people really feel you. I don't know how else to say that in like a more prestigious way or whatever, but they really feel you. What's interesting coming with that, which if they really can sense you when you speak, it also means they can sense when you're not being real. So it would also explain why they may not have a deeper connection with you, because they sense that there's kind of a surface level, and so they may just be giving back that surface level. All right, one last thing before we go. This is the deck I wanted to pull for the name, because it's one of the only decks I have like actual names. I also thought it'd be interesting to see the essence on this, especially since, you're a leader, or that's how this has come out. That your soul tribe is looking, or your soul family is looking for you to lead them in a playful type of way, but balanced, right? I just feel like you might be more serious, or there could be a collective in here that really needs to hear that message of have fun too. All right, so what is this soul collective's name? Uriel. All right, I'm noticing again with the logic. This reminds me of the King of Swords. He sees all perspectives, and so he can act. And again with you with the logic, right? He sees all perspectives, and so he can act accordingly. He's not swayed by emotion. He's swayed by the things that really make sense to him. So it's more of what he feels as like what people may refer to as clear cognizance, like just a knowing that this is right, because it just makes logical sense to that person. All right, so let's see what, yeah. Keeper of wisdom and inspiration. Guardian. Okay, look at the cards that came out. Like I said, the third eye is that card of vision, and just listen to the corresponding energy of this card. So we have guidance, prophetic vision, basically like foresight, right? Decisions, plan of action, sparks of inspiration. This is why I think you are meant to move, and you spark people's inspiration by the way that you move. And it's wise. It's like you might find something out and then do it, and then all these people learn from you after you've gone through. I'm going to continue reading this. It says, I give wisdom to solve, look at that, right? I give wisdom to solve complicated problems and help you find solutions for challenging predicaments. Yeah, I feel like that's that. All right, my friends. If you felt seen, or really if you just felt seen or resonate with this message and you would like to support this channel or support me, you could do it in one of two ways, or both, really. My Venmo and PayPal are located in the description, and if you'd like to support me in a free way, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel, do just that, and it really helps these messages get out to the people that they're meant to find. Until the next whisper, my friends.